I first met Jared when he was a freshman, and I was a senior at Western New England. It was Winnick back then. I know it's a university now, but Jared was a freshman. I was a captain as a senior, and then I had the honor of coaching him for 2 years until I left. So I think our relationship's very unique, as you know, it was a friendship, and then it turned into more of a mentorship. And over the past 15 years or so, me and him have kept in contact and lost touch a little bit, but now, with him getting inducted here, we've come into more contact again, texting and calling. He has some great things on the horizon for sure.
One of the things that sticks out to me when Jared plays is his ability to take really, really talented players and make them obsolete. And then when the game's over, you look at the stats and it's like, oh, that guy didn't really do anything. Whereas in other teams and playing against other players, they light the world on fire. And then when you get him against average players, it's just comical how he's able to work his position, get somebody's stick out of his hand, out of their hand, and just make a play on the ball.
A favorite moment of playing with Jared? That's a great question. It's I don't know if it's like the best moment he'll have, but I'll never forget it. We were down in Florida freshman year, and we were playing RPI, and Jared broke his stick. I think he checked a kid and broke his stick, picked up both pieces which you're not supposed to do. And as he was running off the field, he threw it, and the short piece stuck in the ground and went into his calf. And just seeing that was like wild. It's definitely not like the best playing experience with him, but it's probably like the most wild thing I've ever, thought of and seen in my life. Derek Manti, who is another, player on our team, kind of just had to hover over him on the sideline so like Jared wouldn't see the wound. But yeah, that no matter what, that story comes up probably more than it should, because it was just the most wild scenario I've ever.
So what are my first impressions of Jared and a little bit about our relationship? Lucky enough, I had the opportunity to know Jared in high school. Having lived in the area and living in Somers, Connecticut, and had been coaching locally at some of the club and youth levels. And then I had the opportunity to coach at Western New England College, and Jared was already a sophomore at the time. And he's just one of those coaches' dreams on a lot of levels. A kid who just loved to play the game, loved to be around his teammates, and was pretty good at it. He's, like I said, regardless of athletic ability or lacrosse skill, he's just was always a kid you wanted on your sideline, on your bus, and a guy you wanted with you.
So how is Jared as a teammate? He was, kind of what you'd look for. It's a guy that you can rely on. A guy, for me personally, just love competing against every day. As an attackman, myself and Brody and a few other guys, we get to line up against him every day. And it's just a guy that will push you, make you better. And we did the same to him. So it was a great battle day in, day out. Coach made it fun on the field with just the drills and the competition. It was great just to get after each other. And, through the 4 years, we kind of did that across the board, any of the players on the team. And I think that's why we were successful. We loved each other off the field, respected each other, but really good after each other and, push each other. So phenomenal teammate, one of our captains, and big reason why he's in the Hall of Fame, 3-time All-American. And you just he was going to be lined up against the best guy and was probably going to beat him almost every single game. So it was just really fun to watch, from the other side of the field, and exciting when he'd run down and either dish you a pass or just stick a goal. It was always just a pleasure to play with him. So
I believe Jared Pabis is a Hall of Famer because of the impact that he had in his 4 years on the field of, being one of the best defensemen in New England. And he was a part of a team that really put our university on the national level as a lacrosse program. And his ability as a defenseman and stick skills to be able to create offense and just love of the game is the reason why when you think of West New England, you think of defense, Jared Pabis is the first guy you talk about.